Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're making this pizza. You can see how that looks. It's really melted and you can see, and that is absolutely made in a pot. So I'm going to take you through the steps. I'm going to show you the ingredients for the dough. I have my flour, I have my yeast, I have my salt, I have my sugar, and I also have my vegetable oil. I'll be writing the measurement in the description box below. Please do check that out. And that's a warm water, and that's about half cup of water. It depends on how dense your flour is. I'm adding the yeast to that. That's 1 teaspoon of yeast, and that's 1 teaspoon of sugar. And I'm going to be mixing that. You can leave this for 5 minutes if you're not sure your yeast is still active, but I know my yeast is active. I just bought it, so that's why I'm going to continue with the process. And this is salt, and that's some vegetable oil. I'm going to be mixing that together. And that's 1.5 cup of flour, and I'm using that amount because that's the size of my pot, so that's it. So I'm going to be mixing that together, and I'm going to mix that until I have a kneadable dough, like a dough that I can knead. That's the texture we want. Please make sure your dough is not too watery. So that's it. I'm kneading that. You're going to knead that for about 10 minutes thereabout, and until it's a bit relaxed. And we're going to set that aside. We're going to cover that in a bowl until the size doubles. I'm going to oil my bowl, so just to avoid it from sticking to the bowl. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Please do subscribe and don't forget to hit the notification bell. I post new videos frequently. I'm actually oiling the top of my dough so it doesn't get stuck. So that's it, and I'm going to leave that to rise until it doubles. And it's a sauce, a pizza sauce. So I have my black pepper, the ginger, I have salt, I have a sugar, 1 teaspoon, I have tomato paste, and that's about half cup, and that's my garlic powder. That's absolutely not compulsory. So that's my tomato paste, and I'm adding my my garlic powder, and that's my ginger powder, and that's my black pepper. That's not compulsory, that's optional if you do not want it. And that's my salt, and that's 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and that's 1 teaspoon of sugar, just to avoid the sour taste of the tomato paste. So that's my oil. You can use olive oil or vegetable oil, and that's about 1/3 cup of oil. So I'm going to mix that very well. I'm going to be writing the measurements in the description box below. Please do check that out. And I'm adding some water. It depends on how thick or watery you want this to be. So I'm going to add more water just to make it. Yeah, so that's it. We have our pizza sauce, and I'm making extra so I can save it in case I want to use it next time. If you don't want up to this, you can reduce the measurement. So that's our pizza sauce, and I'm going to cover that and put it in the refrigerator. When you make your pizza sauce in excess, please don't forget to put it in the refrigerator. And let's start by making our toppings, and that's a chicken breast. I've cut that into smaller pieces, and that's what we're going to be using. Feel free to use any type of chicken you want. And that's my bell pepper, sweet peppers. That's actually optional. I just feel to use that just to make it look good. And that's a diced onion, that's vegetable oil, that's ginger powder and garlic powder, and that's a chili pepper. If you do not want chili pepper, you can do away with that also. And that's a black pepper. So that's our cheese. I'm using mozzarella cheese. You can use any cheese you want. So let's get in And that's my chicken, and I'm adding my ginger powder to that. And I'm also going to be adding my garlic powder. And that's about half teaspoon each, and that's my black pepper. And that's my chili pepper also. And I'm going to be putting my vegetable oil. That's about 1 teaspoon thereabout. And that's about one half teaspoon of salt for our chicken. I'm going to give that a good toss just to get well combined. And I'm going to be covering that to marinate for about 20 minutes. So that's after 20 minutes, I'm oiling my pan just to cook my chicken. So I'm going to put that into my pan, and I'm going to cook that for about 5 minutes until it's obviously cooked. Depends on the chicken you're using. If you're using a hard chicken, you might need to cook for more time just to get the chicken done. So that's well done, and I'm going to put that aside into a bowl. And I'm going to be cutting that into smaller pieces. If you want it to be chunky, that's fine. It's all good. But I like it diced, and that's why I'm cutting that into pieces. Existing subscriber, thank you. Thank you for always watching my video. You guys are so amazing. Thank you so much. And if you're new to my channel, I post new videos very frequently, so please don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get notified when I post new videos. And that's our dough. It's risen to double, and I'm going to punch that to release the hair. Okay, and that's my dough. At this stage, please do not knead your dough anymore. Just press it into a round shape, and we're going to cover that for another 15 minutes just to let it rise again. Okay, so that's it, and we're just going to use our hand to press it again to release the hair. And I'm going to be punching that with a fork just that when I put it in my pan, it should be able to cook thoroughly. Okay, so that's it now, and I've preheated my pan for about 5 minutes on medium heat. So I'm going to be putting in my brushing that with some oil to avoid sticking to my pan. And I'm going to be putting in my pizza dough. Okay. So I'm going to cover that to cook. Okay, so the first side is cooked, and I'm going to get it out of the pan and oil my pan again. I still have some oil in my pan, but I'm just doing it for people who are using the regular pot, so that's why I'm oiling it again. So I'm going to flip my pizza dough, and I'm going to be adding my sauce to that. Okay, and I'm going to be adding some cheese to that, just a little. I'm going to be adding my toppings to that also. Not to worry, we're still going to be generous with our cheese and what have you. We're just doing this so everything will get cooked evenly. And that's my my bell pepper rather. And I'm adding more cheese to that. You can be generous as much as you want. Not to worry, it's going to take a while before it gets melted also if you're using too much cheese. but that is fine anyway. Just do add enough cheese as you want. It's just gonna increase the length of time. That's it. If you like this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and like my video, please, and thank you. So I've added some bell pepper to that. Okay, so that's it, and I'm going to cover that to cook for 30 to 40 minutes until the cheese melts. Okay, so I'm actually going to show you. You can see the cheese is well melted, and I'm going to take that off my pan. And I'm going to be slicing my cheese. You can use, if you have a pizza cutter, you can use that. If you do not have a pizza cutter, you can use scissors or what have you, a clean one. Okay, so that's it. You can see how good that looks. And I'm actually going to show you how cheesy this looks, and it tastes so good. Like, tastes so good. You can see that. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate having you on my channel. It's Caesar with a sizzle. Bye now.